So in today's session, we are going to learn how to revert the fields which are from the deleted segments. If you know about the previous video, we were learning about a code which by using this function, it will delete all the segments except the message. It will be deleting all the segments, whatever it is. So that's the continuation part of this. So when we go back to our current scenario, as we have like multiple segments over here, we are deleting everything. Okay, but the one requirement which we got from our receiving vendor is like they need some specific part in PID value. For example, take it as PID 5.1. Okay, then what we can do, we can remove the PID from here. Automatically that message will come. If we remove the PID segment from here, it will not delete. But the problem is they need only specific 5.1. They don't need anything else. So will you keep deleting everything individually? That would be a problem. You need only the specific field. For example, if this PID has like around 100 fields, you will not be deleting individual fields, right? You need to only map PID 5.1 or 6.1, whatever it is. For example, if this is 5, I'll give it test. Okay. So we want only this particular field in this PID. So what I'm going to do, I will map this particular field, I'll delete complete field and I'll remap it. So how we are going to do it, we'll learn it now. So if you have not seen the previous video, what this function does is it will delete all the segments by using this particular argument. We'll call all these message types and we'll delete. The problem is like when we delete everything, right, even the PID values will be get deleted. Now we have a solution for it. We have some small technique which we'll do. I'll create a constant variable which known as PID5 value over here. After that, I'll delete everything. You know, the good thing over here, even after deleting, as it is a constant, we can remap it. So what I'll do, I'll use the PID5 value and remap it. I'll go over here. I'll create something like, oh my god, I'm not sure the line is big. Yeah. Now I'll use the same MSH PID value to map this particular PID value over here. You got to know that we are using, for example, if there is something known as test in this particular place, test, something random number, that will be stored in this PID5 value. After that, this delete segment will delete everything. It will clean away the PID segment. After that, what we are doing in the PID5 field, we are adding this PID5 value, which is nothing but this test, whatever it is. So that's how we are able to gain back our particular field. What we'll do a test. We'll go back, save changes, deploy channel, and we'll test this particular thing. So I don't like this concept of test. I'll put something like Jaisreeeram and we'll see whether we are able to recover this particular value from all the segments. Okay, I'll go back. I'll send this message. You can see the name over here. Perfect. I'll process this. Now let's see what happens. Okay, it is good. In the destination part, in the encode, you can see automatically the PID came out. Even though we are deleting the PID segment, as we are recalling this particular value, this particular PID5 came out. So this is a very unique scenario, but in some wild cases you need to encounter this type of things and it will be very difficult you to delete all the individual fields of the PID segment individually. And you can not only do this for PID segment, you can do it for everything. We'll try. Let's give it a try and see how this works. So the output of your receiving vendor would be very clean and very crisp. They don't get unnecessary values. So we'll do the same for a few other fields. So what I'll do, I'll just map some different other fields. So I'll paste it over here as I already done internally. Now I will create this. Okay. So I just mapped multiple fields even before I'm deleting it to different fields over here. So I'll try to regain all those values. I'll delete this as I've already done. You can see EVN1, I again regain this EVN1 value. Similarly for PID3, in specific, if you want something like even inside that field you need sub components and subcomponents, you can map it over here, something like this. So it's very simple, you don't need to do anything specific. So there's a small error over here. I'll remove this. I was using for something else. I'll copy it. So you need to be very specific when you're writing code. I'll give all this code in my GitHub link so you can directly copy it. Not an issue at all. Now we'll see how will this react. So we should get all these values: 2, 3, 5, 3.1, 3.2, and EVN. So we'll check it. We'll save the changes, deploy this. Perfect. I'll reprocess the same message. Good. So automatically, what should happen is like we should get back those particular things. You can see we got the EVN, PVN, PID. So when the client says we don't need anything, we only need the specific fields in the segments, it would be very difficult for you to write a code mapping each and everything, removing other things, removing the specific segments. So it's very tiresome work when you have like a very big specification sheet in the Excel sheet, removing all the fields, specifically in the case where you have this amount of content coming from the source, it would be very difficult. So by using this small techniques and shortcuts, you can remove any segment, any field, you can map anything in a very easy and better way. Thank you.